Welcome to Live Interactive English. Hello everyone, I am Karen.
And I'm Matt. Today we are looking at an article called Spoiler Alert. To spoil or not to spoil.
That is right. Okay, so when we're talking about spoiler, what does that mean?
Well, to spoil something means to make something bad, to make it not good anymore. Like if an egg is too old, it spoils, it goes bad. When we talk about a spoiler, we are talking about movies and TV shows, and when people reveal something that happens within those movies and TV shows and maybe ruins it for the viewer.
That's right, because if you already know the ending, for example, of a book, or you know the ending of a movie, maybe you might just say, hey, I don't want to watch it anymore. I was looking forward to watching this movie.
Yeah, there's a lot of movies and books and TV shows that maybe have twists or secret endings that are surprising and shocking. And if you already know what that is, it's really going to change how you view that thing. So whether it's a movie and you already know the ending, it's going to make the movie watching experience maybe not as good. Maybe it's spoiled.
Exactly. And I actually know quite a few friends who really care deeply about this. So if somebody spoils the ending for them, they will get very, very angry or very upset about it. How about you, Matt? Are you one of those people who get super angry if somebody spoils it for you?
I don't think I would get super angry.
Okay.
But usually what I try to do is watch the things I want to watch as soon as they are available so that there's no chance for anyone to spoil it for me.
Okay, so you do care, but you just don't get super angry if that happens.
That's right.
Okay, well, let's get into today's lesson and learn more about this.
After hearing spoiler alert, people will usually do one of two things. They will either listen with excited attention or cover their ears. Spoiling a movie, a book, or a TV show involves revealing the ending or other important parts of the story to someone who hasn't made it that far yet. But this raises the question, are spoilers good or bad? Studies have shown that spoilers don't always ruin the fun. In fact, for many people, they actually make the whole experience better.
So we're looking at day 1 of our article called Spoiler Alert. To spoil or not to spoil. So what does alert mean, Matt?
All right, well, an alert is a signal or warning of danger. Well, in this case, it's not real danger, but of course, a spoiler could harm your viewing experience. It could make things worse for you, so that might be considered dangerous to some people. You also might think of alerts that we get on our phone to let us know about things that are happening. Like, for example, everyone got an alert on their phone during the earthquake.
That is right. Okay, and how about let's go into our article today.
All right. After hearing spoiler alert, people will usually do one of two things. They will either listen with excited attention or cover their ears. Right, so spoiler alert is something that you might find in articles online or in YouTube videos, or even just your friend might say it to you during a conversation, meaning they're about to tell you a spoiler so you can choose to listen or not.
Exactly. And for people who don't really care, then they will probably listen with excitement. It's like, okay, I want to hear what you have to say. What is the movie about? What is the book about? But for people who really do care, they want to experience it the first time, firsthand, they might cover their ears. Okay, let's continue. Spoiling a movie, a book, or a TV show involves revealing the ending or other important parts of the story to someone who hasn't made it that far yet. Okay, so basically you're telling the people who haven't experienced experience this, and then they're kind of letting them know the important parts of the story or the ending even. So we're looking at this word here, to involve, and that is a verb. Basically, to involve means to include as a part. An example sentence would be, Peter's new job may involve traveling to different cities. So he would have to go to different cities for his job.
That's right. Back to the article. But this raises the question, are spoilers good or bad?
That's right. But I think everyone would have a different opinion on this, right? So in your opinion, do you think spoilers are good or bad?
I think they're mostly bad. I would prefer not to know the spoilers before watching a movie. And sometimes, there have been times where I have had some spoilers revealed to me. And yeah, I think it sometimes can really take away from a movie.
That is right. Okay, let's go over to Hanny first, and we will be right back.
Hello， 大家好，我是 Hanny。今天的课文标题很有趣 ，Spoiler Alert。To spoil or not to spoil， 我们先来看看 spoil 这个动词，它表示破坏、糟蹋，在这边它是指剧透的意思。那么 spoiler 则表示剧透、暴雷，它也有破坏者的意思。再看到 alert 这个名词，表示警报、警示讯号。那所以合在一起，这个 spoiler alert 就像我们中文说的有雷渗入。好，那看到有雷渗入，或者是听到剧透警告时，人们通常会有两个反应，要么就是很兴奋的认真聆听，要么就是捂住耳朵不想听。同学们，你是哪一种呢？好，来看单字 involve。involve 这个动词表示涉及、需要、包含。那这边还有一个重点是 either A or B， 是表达不是 A 就是 B。either or 是连接词性相同的字词，用来表示选择或可能性。那我们用 either A or B 来当主词的话，动词必须跟比较靠近的名词 B 来一致搭配。我们看两个例句 I can't remember his name. It's either Gavin or Greg. 我不记得他的名字了，不是 Gavin 就是 Greg。那么再看一个例句是 Either you or Jamie has to fix a problem.不是你就是 Jamie 得解决这个问题。那看到最靠近动词的主词是 Jamie， 所以我们后面搭配的是 has to， 不是 have to。好，那我们接回到课文中。
Thank you, Hanny. And now we are back. Let's continue with our article. Studies have shown that spoilers don't always ruin the fun. When you say they don't always ruin the fun, then that means they don't really take away the fun from watching the movie or reading a book or watching some TV series. In fact, for many people, they actually make the whole experience better. That's interesting. I have actually never heard of that before. So I guess for some people, it does not take away the fun if they hear some spoilers, but instead they feel that this spoiler is actually making their experience while watching the movie, reading a book, actually make it better. How so?
I don't know, but so to ruin the fun, as they said, to ruin means to destroy. To make something, if a building is ruined, then it's crumbled to the ground, it's fallen apart completely, it's been destroyed. When we talk about things like fun being ruined, or maybe your day was ruined, it's just being made much worse and been made bad by something else happening. So an example sentence, one small mistake shouldn't ruin your entire day.
That's right. Okay. So it is kind of interesting how we're seeing different perspectives here, right? Some people believe, I believe most people would think that, getting the spoilers for the movie or books, that's kind of ruining the experience. But I guess from our article, it says studies have shown that it's not always the case.
Yeah, I guess so. I would also have thought that spoilers are always bad.
Yeah, but I guess for some people, that does make the experience a little better.
All right, well, now it's time for us to go to Hanny.
有研究显示，剧透不一定会破坏乐趣。 那事实上，对许多人来说，剧透反而让整体的体验变得更好。好，单字 ruin 这个动词表示摧毁、破坏或者是毁灭。Matt 老师在解释单字时用到 crumble 这个动词 crumble。Crumble 可以表达使成碎屑，或者是崩坏、瓦解。Karen 老师刚刚说她不知道剧透能让整体体验变得更好，但是可以听到这种不同的角度观点，她觉得很有趣。老师用到 perspective 这个名词，就表示观点、角度或是看法。好，那这也回到课文中。
Thank you, Hanny. And now we are back. Okay, so from our article so far, we learned that, spoilers are not always bad. They don't always ruin the experience for you. They don't usually ruin the fun. Some people might find it's a better experience if they get some spoilers, right?
That's right. Okay, well, it's time for us to go for a minute, but spoiler alert, we'll be right back for the second part of this article.
In one study, for example, researchers spoiled the ending of a story or TV show for participants and then asked them to read or watch it. Once they finished, participants reported whether they still enjoyed reading or watching. It turns out that they actually loved getting spoilers. For many people, tension can feel tiring, even in a fictional story. Spoilers let them know the ending in advance so they can sit back and focus on the other details of the plot. However, others will work hard to avoid spoilers. They might scroll through social media carefully and stay away from any content relating to the story until they are sure it's spoiler-free.
Welcome back. Before the break, we have been talking about spoilers and whether they are good or bad. And we've actually found out that there are some studies that show that spoilers don't always ruin the fun of a movie. So some people might actually enjoy to have their movie spoiled.
I mean, it's hard to believe, but I guess it is true. Okay, let's continue. In one study, for example, researchers spoiled the ending of a story or TV show for participants and then asked them to read or watch it. So this is the research that they've done. They would tell them the ending first. They give them the spoiler first. And then afterwards, ask them to read or watch the movie, right? So I wonder what these people will say.
Okay. Once they finished, participants reported whether they still enjoyed reading or watching. It turns out that they actually loved getting spoilers. Okay, so they not only still enjoyed it, they loved getting those spoilers. So maybe it even improved those films or books for them.
That is kind of hard for me to understand and imagine because I think I would want to experience it, the first time by myself. But I guess everyone will see things differently. And maybe with movies or TV shows that have a really good content, like throughout the movie. So I think it's still an enjoyable experience.
Yeah, and I think it would also really depend on what the movie or book is about. Some books and movies might be better for spoilers where it won't totally ruin it. Whereas I think there are definitely some movies that I've seen where if it's spoiled, the whole movie's spoiled. It's not even worth watching.
So it depends on what you're watching. All right. Let's go over to Hanny first and we'll be right back.
课文提到一项研究，研究人员先向参与者剧透故事或是电视剧的结局，然后再要求他们阅读或观看。结束后，参与者要报告自己是否还是喜欢阅读或观看。结果发现呢，他们其实很喜欢被剧透诶。好，那这边有两个重点，一个是 whether 主词加动词来做名词子句的用法。Whether 可以引导名词子句表达是否怎么样，那可以当主词、受词或补语。当受词或补语的时候 ，whether 可以用 if 代换，那只有当做主词的时候不能用 if 代换。我们这边造两个例句。 I wonder whether the story is true， 或者是 I wonder if the story is true。我想知道这个故事是否属实。句子里面这个 whether 或是 if the story is true， 在这边是当受词用。另外一个例句是 whether the story is true doesn't matter， 这个故事是否属实并不重要。那这时候 whether the story is true 是当主词，这个 whether 是不能用 if 代换的。再看到第二重点是 turn out， 它表示结果是最后变成怎么样，常常用来描述令人意外或者是跟原先预期不同的结果。那么有一个常用的句型是 it turns out 加上 that 主词加动词，例如 it turns out that they have been dating for months， 结果发现他们已经交往好几个月嘞。好，那我们继续回到课文中。
Thank you, Hanny. And now we are back. Okay, let's continue with our article. For many people, tension can feel tiring, even in a fictional story. Fictional as in like a made-up story. So tension can be tiring. What does that mean when I say tension? So that is a noun, and it just means like a feeling, like a worried, anxious, or uncomfortable feeling you get when you're nervous, stressed, or when people aren't being friendly to each other. There might be tension between the two people. An example sentence would be, I could feel the tension in the air as the manager and the employee argued. You can feel that, they're not being very friendly, and then they're feeling a little bit stressed or unhappy. It's kind of like an unpleasant feeling.
Okay, so spoilers can help people with that tension, I guess. Spoilers let them know the ending in advance, so they can sit back and focus on the other details of the plot. Okay, well, I feel like people that need to know the ending of a movie in advance to enjoy a movie maybe should just try watching a different kind of movie that isn't so tense, like watch some comedies or something more relaxing for them instead. But anyway, so now they can focus on the plot. So the plot is the main elements of the story of a book or movie or TV show. So a movie's plot is just the story of what happens during that movie. So an example sentence, the movie's plot was full of surprising twists and turns.
And usually when the movie is full of surprising twists and turns, that keeps the audience interested, right? Like a twist at the end, meaning like you don't really expect that to happen, and then it changes. The whole story or the plot changes, and you're like, oh wow, I never expected that to happen.
Unless you got a spoiler.
That's right. Okay, let's continue. However, others will work hard to avoid spoilers. They might scroll through social media carefully and stay away from any content relating to the story until they are sure it's spoiler-free. And that's usually what you do, right? Like if you want to watch a movie, either you go first or you stay away from social media.
Yeah, I find these days it's just too hard to avoid the stuff on social media or even on like news websites, you might see stuff about it. So I just try to watch things as soon as I can, and that way I will be not spoiled when I watch these things, and then I can spoil it for other people.
You wouldn't. Okay, well, let's go over to Hanny first, and we'll be right back.
对许多人来说，即使是在虚构的故事里，紧张感也可能会让人觉得疲惫。剧透可以事先知道结局，那这样就能放松，专注在情节的其他细节。不过呢，有些人则会尽量避免剧透，像我就是在逛网页啊、看社群媒体的时候都要小心翼翼。好，我们看单字 tension。tension 这个名词表示紧张、焦虑或者是紧张关系。那么 plot名词它表示情节，它也有阴谋的意思。那我们继续回到课文中。
Thank you, Hanny. And now we are back. So from our article today, we learned that, some people actually prefer getting spoilers, and it does not necessarily take away the fun from the movie or, the reading experience. And some people, they don't like spoilers, right?
That's right, but we still have some more to learn about how people feel about spoilers when we come back for the second part of our article tomorrow. And we will see you then.
See you guys next time. Bye-bye.
After hearing spoiler alert, people will usually do one of two things. They will either listen with excited attention or cover their ears. Spoiling a movie, a book, or a TV show involves revealing the ending or other important parts of the story to someone who hasn't made it that far yet. But this raises the question, are spoilers good or bad? Studies have shown that spoilers don't always ruin the fun. In fact, for many people, they actually make the whole experience better. In one study, for example, researchers spoiled the ending of a story or TV show for participants and then asked them to read or watch it. Once they finished, participants reported whether they still enjoyed reading or watching. It turns out that they actually loved getting spoilers. For many people, tension can feel tiring, even in a fictional story. Spoilers let them know the ending in advance so they can sit back and focus on the other details of the plot. However, others will work hard to avoid spoilers. They might scroll through social media carefully and stay away from any content relating to the story until they are sure it's spoiler-free.
最后我们来复习今天课文里的单字文法。单字的部分有 alert 名词，表示警报、警示讯号 ；involve 动词，表示涉及、需要或包含 ；ruin 动词，它表示摧毁、破坏或是毁灭 ；tension 名词，它表示紧张、焦虑或是紧张关系。Plot 名词，表示情节或是阴谋。文法的部分，第一个学到 either A or B， 表示不是 A 就是 B。第二个学到 whether 可以引导名词子句表达是否怎么样，那可以当主词、受词或是补语用。第三个学到 turn out 表示结果是最后变成，那么常用句型就是 it turns out that 主词加动词。好，那以上是今天的讲解，同学别走开，马上回来哦。
Guess what? I just got promoted. I'm over the moon.
Huh? Over the moon? Is that even possible?
No, not literally. It just means that I'm extremely happy.
Oh, I get it. Well, congratulations. This is well deserved after all your hard work.
Thanks. At one point, it felt almost impossible. But now I'm here. I guess I'm just so thrilled because it was so unexpected.
Embrace the joy. Anyone would be over the moon after a promotion.
Hi everyone, today we're looking at the phrase over the moon.
That's right. It means being extremely happy or delighted about something.
Like your spirits are so high, it feels like you're literally over the moon.
We often use this phrase when something wonderful happens or when you achieve something worth celebrating.
For example, they were over the moon when their baby was born healthy and strong.
Or she was over the moon when she learned she got her dream job.
So next time something amazing happens, you can describe yourself as being over the moon with happiness.
Absolutely. And that's all for today.
See you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.